I'm going to just begin, Mads, by just asking, how did you come to be involved in Doctor Strange?
Got a phone call by Scott, the director. He told me about the story. He told me about that Benedict was going to play Doctor Strange, which I loved. Obviously, it's a Marvel film. I love that idea. And then he spoke a little about the fighting scenes that turned out to be kung fu flying around. And I loved everything he said.
So Scott has made a really unique piece of filmmaking. I mean, what's he like to collaborate with as a filmmaker?
Well, he understands the world of Marvel, this gigantic process of making a film in this universe is obviously something you have to get your head around, and he handled that like nobody's business. But at the same time, he was also a director in eye level with us, so there was a lot of intimacy in the scenes, and he was there like any dogma director from a small Danish film. So he was two directors in one.
Do you still think that you bring some of the kind of what you sort of learned from the kind of dogma movement making films back in Denmark? Do you think you bring that to the big kind of blockbusters that you're making?
Well, I haven't done that much dogma. I've done one, but that was later on when it was kind of not the fancy anymore. So I think just the approach of acting is the same in a smaller film and this. It's different universes. We are looking slightly different from a normal film here, but we will still hopefully attack it with a certain honesty and to defend your characters.
Because at Marvel, they're on this kind of this winning streak. It's just hit after hit after hit. I mean, do you get a sense for that when you're there? That there's this kind of. Do you get inspired by this kind of
like a hype on the set because of Marvel's doing it? No, it's not like a football team where it's like it doesn't. I mean, you can feel it's a good atmosphere because we're doing something that is really interesting and daring. But I didn't feel people go around high-fiving because some numbers was rolling in constantly.
But I mean, a lot of times when I interview actors who have been in the MCU, they talk about this kind of Marvel family. I mean, is there quite a real kind of camaraderie amongst the actors in these films, perhaps more so than other blockbusters you've made, or is that just what they just say because it helps sell their product?
I think it's true to a degree. I mean, there are certain things, franchises like the Marvel films or the Bond films, for that matter. It does feel as if you come into a family that is very close-knitted, and then they embrace you with open arms.
And I find Kaecilius is a really fascinating character. I mean, how much digging did you do into his past? I mean, what do you think that he was once a really good man? And if that is the case, what do you think it is that turned him dark?
I think he's still a very good man. I think he has had some brutal experiences in his personal life that has hardened him, but I also think he's a philosophical person that completely and utterly believes that he can bring eternal life to the whole planet and that he will make the world a better place.
So when you're dealing with characters, whether they be a villain or a good guy or whoever they are, I mean, is it important that you don't judge them? Is that something as an actor you always expect not to judge the characters?
It's okay to judge a character. I mean, it's I wouldn't mind judging a character I hated, but but you definitely have to defend it once you're acting it. You can't have an actor running around out there who's like, I really don't like this guy at all. But you can judge it on a distance, obviously.
And these Marvel films have an incredible kind of watchability factor where you can just keep revisiting them time and time again. I mean, Doctor Strange in particular feels like a film that you can watch 5 or 6 times and learn something new every time. Is that something that you think is going to be the case for fans of this movie?
I think so. Me, for one, I have to see it again. I saw it 3 days ago, and I can't wait to see it again because there's so many details. It's so rich, and obviously not only in the story and the arc for the main character, but definitely in the visuals.
It must be great as well knowing that these days, with the kind of home entertainment systems people have at home, that even though this is a film that demands a big screen viewing, they can still be watched in quite incredible surroundings, kind of in your own living room.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, this is made for the big screen, but if the big screen it turns out to be the smaller screen, but it's of high quality, I'm sure you can get a hell of a ride as well. And
just finally, I mean, I'm just wondering, are you one of those people that are quite open to having like your mind expanded, or are you one of those people that doesn't really? You sort of shut out of that kind of spirituality.
Well, spirituality.
Yeah, that kind of believing there's more to life than kind of what the physical.
We've been there, done that. Haven't we all been, running around reading books about that? And I think that I think I'm a little more pragmatic, but I still hope there's something more. That would be great. Another ride on the carousel.
Yeah, indeed. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Much appreciated. Cheers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey You Guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.